Good afternoon, friends. You are all aware of the extraordinary situation that is prevailing in the entire country, as also in Jammu and Kashmir. Ordinarily, one would have liked to do a press briefing where a large number of you would have been present and one could have spoken to you and also taken questions. However, we are aware of the limitations that we are all under at this point of time. Therefore, I am making this statement for all of you, and I am sure there will be some clarifications and questions. As we have suggested, you will electronically send those and we will be happy to reply to them appropriately. As you are aware, for the past 3 or 4 weeks, we have been seized of this extraordinary situation. We have been closely monitoring and reviewing it. We have also been keeping you informed of the various developments and of the steps being taken through regular briefings, as also through updates on the social media. Like in the rest of the country, Jammu and Kashmir has also seen a spurt in cases in the past week or so. As we speak, the total number of cases in Jammu and Kashmir is 28. The number of active cases is 25, of which 21 are in Kashmir division and 4 are in Jammu division. Our teams have been consistently and aggressively trying to trace out every single contact and test them. This will cause some inconvenience, and this is where we need your support, cooperation and understanding. Tracing out every single contact is of critical importance in breaking the chain of transmission. For instance, of the 28 cases that I just mentioned, we have found that 11 of the positive cases in Kashmir could be traced to a single religious congregation. Another 6 cases could be traced to another group, one single group, which had traveled to Saudi Arabia. In fact, we are getting reports that one of the positive cases had suppressed his travel history to Dubai. And we have reports that this is not the only case where suppression of travel history has taken place. Any kind of hiding of travel history, especially overseas travel history, can be extremely dangerous, first for the family, then for the neighborhood, and finally for the community as a whole. This is why self-declaration, self-reporting faithfully is extremely important. We have been regularly and consistently appealing to everybody, and I would like to reiterate this appeal. Please come forward. Please self-declare. Do not hide your travel history. While we have been aggressively and faithfully trying to trace out the contacts, we have also been reviewing our capacities and facilities. We now have an administrative quarantine facility of over 35,000 beds in Jammu and Kashmir. These include over 6,500 beds in Jammu, over 10,000 beds in Srinagar, and at least 1,000 beds in each individual districts, spread over a large number of locations. As we had indicated to you earlier, we have earmarked 11 hospitals, 8 in Kashmir division, 3 in Jammu division, and earmarked them as exclusive COVID hospitals. We now have, as a result, 2,400 earmarked treatment beds, 1,300 of which are in Kashmir and 1,100 are in Jammu, earmarked exclusively for COVID treatment. We are planning to upgrade our capacity to include 1,000 more quarantine beds. On the request of the medical fraternity, the health department has made arrangement of hotels both in Jammu and Kashmir for exclusive use of medical professionals engaged in treatment of cases. Parallelly, the health department is trying to ramp up its capacity by procuring as much of personal protection equipment, masks, ventilators, and all other equipment as desired. I would like to assure you that the administration and the health department is equipped, it is prepared, it has been proactively doing everything that it could, and it will continue to do the same. I do ask for cooperation from everyone in the things that I mentioned: declaring your travel history, self-declaration of any cases, approaching doctors and dispensaries in case any symptoms are experienced. I would also like to say that we have helplines. In case of any symptoms, please feel free to use these helplines. We have also made arrangements for medical teams to come to doorsteps and help people as required. We are conscious of the fact that there is a lockdown, that people are staying indoors, and that a number of people may be put to inconvenience as a result. In order to alleviate difficulties which may be faced, a number of steps are being taken. The Administrative Council has already held an emergency meeting under the chairmanship of the Lieutenant Governor and has approved a number of steps. These include immediate release of ₹1,000 each to workers registered with the Building and Other Construction Workers Welfare Board for purchase of ration, 1 month's advance ration under the midday meal scheme, release of 2 installments of old age, disability and family benefit pensions to each of the 7.7 lakh pensioners, and an additional coverage of all remaining 1.7 lakh cases. In order to support destitute, slum dwellers and migrant labor, ration packets containing essential edibles are being prepared and supplied through the district administration as well as the urban local bodies. In addition, nearly ₹50 crores have already been released to supplement the ongoing COVID efforts by pumping in additional money to the districts, to the PHE department, to the municipalities for quarantine facilities. This is in addition to the funds that are being released for purchase of medical equipment. I would like to say that the administration is fully conscious of the needs of different segments of society, particularly those who are poor and destitute, and is making every attempt to reach out to them. We have also fully geared up to implement all the welfare measures which have been announced under the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana. In particular, distribution of rations, both the normal rations and the free ration as envisaged under the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana has already been started. Preparations for implementing the other components of the package are also in full swing. We have received a number of queries and questions from you regarding the supply of essential commodities. I would like to inform all of you and assure all of you that the supply lines for essential commodities, the supply lines for all essential items, including drugs, are fully in place. There is absolutely no shortage of any kind of essential commodities. Facilitation passes either have been issued or are being issued to all such suppliers of essential commodities and their supply chains. There will be neither any shortage in the supply of essential commodities nor any difficulties in procuring these commodities either at the retail level or at the wholesale level. My only appeal is there is absolutely no need to panic. There is absolutely no need to hoard. The entire machinery is conscious of this and working towards this. We have also received a large number of queries about students, patients, and other people who are at the present in different parts of the country. We are conscious of the fact that they are at present in different parts of the country, but all of you are also aware that this is a period of lockdown when it is not possible to move long distances from one part of the country to another part of the country. To assist, to ease, to support all such people, we have started a dedicated 24/7 helpline in the office of the Principal Resident Commissioner at Delhi. We are publicizing the numbers of this helpline through different media. We would urge and encourage any person who needs support, assistance to please contact this helpline. There are also a number of laborers who are at present in different parts of the country. We are starting a dedicated labor helpline for this category of people also. You are conscious of the fact that an appeal has been made to all state governments to take care of people from other states who happen to be in their state. Just as we in Jammu and Kashmir are taking care of all such people, including migrant labor who happen to be in Jammu and Kashmir at this point of time, we have also made appeals to other state governments to take care of any residents of Jammu and Kashmir who may happen to be in their states at this point of time and who need support and assistance. We are confident that all state governments will come forward and assist these people in times of need. These are not ordinary times. These are difficult times. All of us are facing difficulty, inconvenience, constraint in some form or the other. But we are in this fight against Corona together. It's still not late. We have to all work together to break the chain. And for this, we appeal to you to do whatever is being advised by the health department through its advisories from time to time. In particular, we would urge everybody to stay indoors, to maintain social distance, to self-declare, to come forward wherever there are symptoms. We also assure you that there is neither any shortage of essential commodities nor any difficulty of any other kind, whether it be the health department, whether it be the supplies department, whether it be the social welfare department. People who are stranded, people who are migrants, people who are not able to leave are all being taken care of, whether be through various relief measures or be through ration packets or such other assistance. We seek your assistance, we seek your cooperation in this regard. Different religious leaders have already made appeals. For instance, the Grand Mufti in Srinagar has made appeals regarding not holding Friday prayers and holding prayers at home. We would urge you to not congregate. We would urge you to maintain social distancing and stay at home. By following all these advisories, we have to win this battle against Corona.